So hi guys, we are back with the 20 days of Power BI zero to hero from beginning to advanced level. So we are in the day 4, and due to some technological constraint or some technological glitch, the class of text filters wasn't been completed previous day. So I will just cover the remaining part of the text filters, and then I will go to some other things. Okay, so what we are talking about in the previous day about the text filters we have completed. Number filters we have completed. Date filters, and the last thing that was left was text filters. And we already talked about text filters a little, but due to some technological glitch, the class wasn't been able to be completed. So what we do is basically we complete the text filters first, the remaining part of text filters first, and then we shall move to split column. Okay, so now the thing is that in case of text filters, what happens, suppose we are going with the customer name. These are the text. Okay, Amit, Neha, Rohit, Pooja, Ankit, Kiran, Rahul, Sneha, Vikas, Meena. These are basically text. These are not numbers and basically not in date format, date time format. Okay, so what is the thing is that we go to this option filters, and we go to text filters. We have completed equals, does not equal, begins with, and I think I have also completed does not begin with. But I think some part of the does not begin with, when we are working with does not begin with, some part is wasn't been, we I think it was not been audible to you. Okay, so due to some technological glitch, so I will just go with does not begin with first, and then I will move to the other things. Okay, so does not begin with, or ends with, or does not ends with. Does not begins with means what is the thing? Does not begins with means, suppose here the name are Amit, Neha, Rohit, Pooja, Ankit, and all that. Okay, so now Amit, the name Amit starts with A. Okay, my name is Shayok. So in this case, begins with S. If I give begins with S, give me the order details of those customers whose name begins with S, then it will return me Shayok. But if I give me the list of all customers whose name does not begins with S, then Shayok will be removed and all other will be returned. So in this case, if you see Amit and Ankit, this begins with A. Amit begins with A, Ankit begins with A, and all this begins with A. Now suppose if I give that, give me the order details of those customers whose name does not begins with A, whose name does not begins with A. So what we'll do, we go to text filters, we go to does not begin with, and we simply write here A. Does not begins with A. Okay, so I think if you remember that when we used begins with A, Amit, Ankit were being returned to me by Power BI, because I told Power BI give me the order details of those persons whose name begins with A. But in this case, I am using does not begins with. So does not begins with A means Amit and Ankit will be removed, and all the details of Neha, Rohit, Pooja, and all other people will be returned to me. So let us just check. Okay, I just click on OK. So you can see, does if I tell Power BI that do not give me the details of those persons whose name does not begins with A, so Amit and Ankit will be removed, because Amit's and Ankit's name begins with A, that is why it is being removed, and all other details except Amit and Ankit will be returned to me. So this is the use of text filters. Okay, now suppose I cross here, because I told you that there is no undo option or control Z option in case of Power BI like Excel. So we do what we do, we go to the applied steps and cut the particular step we applied for. Okay, now the thing is that if we go for text filters again, and the option is suppose ends with, so my name is Shayok, Sayak, so my name ends with K. So if I tell Power BI that give me the order details of those persons whose name ends with K, so my name will be returned, because in Shayok the last letter of Shayok contains A, and that is why I am telling Power BI that whose name ends with K, give me the order details of those person. So what we do is basically, if you see that in case of Amit it ends with T, in case of Neha it ends with A, in case of Rohit it ends with T, in case of Pooja it ends with A, and all these, some of the names like Neha, Pooja, and Sneha and Meena are those names. These are the four names whose name ends with A, ends the last letter of your name. So it ends with A. So what I go to Power BI, I go to text filters, I first select the column, I go to text filters, and I tell that does not ends with, I give a small a. I give a small a. Okay. So whose name ends with a? Neha's name ends with a, Pooja's name ends with a, Sneha's name ends with a, and Mina's name ends with a. So I tell Power BI that give me the order details of those customers whose name ends with a. The last letter of their name should be in a. So I just click on OK, and you see Neha, Pooja, Sneha, and Mina is being returned to me. All other are being deleted, or they are being disappeared. Okay. So the thing is that those people whose name ends with a, Power BI will return me that, and all other except that whose name does not ends with a, Power BI will disappear it. Okay, and we will get the data of those person whose name basically ends with a. Now if I again I go back to the original data, so there is another option, does not ends with a, does not ends. So first let me see, Amit's name ends with T, Neha's name ends with A. So if I tell Power BI that give me the order details of those persons whose name does not ends with a, whose name does not ends with a. So if I give a here, if I give a here, so Neha's name ends with a. So I told Power BI that do not give me the name or the order details whose name ends with a, does not ends with a. So does not ends with a will be Neha, it is being ended with a, so it will be removed. Puja, similar, it is being ended with a, Puja will be removed. Sneha's name ends with a, Puja, Sneha will be removed, and Mina's name also ends with a, Mina will also be removed. So give me the order details of those persons whose name does not ends with a. So rather than Neha, Puja, Mina and Sneha, all other people is having a name whose name ends does not ends with a. So basically Power BI will return me those. Okay. So I will click on OK, and you can see Amit's name does not ends with a, it is being returned. Rohit's name, it also does not ends with a, so it is being returned. And all the names you can see, the name which does not ends with a is being returned to me. So these are the two text filters that you can apply. Okay. Now suppose let me go and go to text filters again. Now there is an option contents. Okay, contents. Now let me see. Contents means, suppose my name is Sayak, Shayok. So my name contains Sayak. So my name contains four alphabets. Okay, one S, one A, one Y, one K. These are the four alphabets with my which my name contains. Okay. So if I tell Power BI that give me the name which where which give me the order details where the name contains a S, then Shayok will be written, because in Shayok the name is in Sayak, so S is being alphabet there. Now in this case, if you see Amit, Amit, Neha, Neha. So A is a very common letter. A is a very common letter, and A, I think it is being yes, A is in every name. In Amit, A is there. In Neha, A is there. In Rohit, there is no A. In Pooja, there is A. In Ankit, there is A. Kiran also, Rahul also, Sneha also, Vikas also, Mina also. In each and every name, A is present. The alphabet A is present. But I want the name of those persons whose letter whose name contains a, whose name contains a. So only Rohit's name does not contain a, only Rohit's name does not contain say. So what I give me the list of all persons or the order details of all persons where there is an A whose name contains A. So I write a. Okay. You can try with any other alphabet also. For example, I am just giving that A. You can try with other alphabet also. Okay. So you can see Neha A is there, Pooja A is there, Kiran A is there, Rahul A is there, Sneha A is there, Vikas A is there, Meena A is there. But one thing you have noticed or not, Ankit's and Amit's name is being removed. Why? The answer is, in case of Ankit's and Amit's name, there is capital A, not small a. There is capital A, not small a. Okay, there is capital A and small a. So we need some advanced filtering. Let me show you what we do. I first go to the original data, I go to text filters, I go to contents. So contents small a, I have given small a. That is why in case of Amit it is capital A, in case of Ankit it is capital A. That is why Power BI is not returning me. That is why Power BI is not returning me. I have given small a, not capital A. So if I want Amit's and Ankit's name also, what I can do? I can do an advanced filtering. I will use an AND operation. Contents small a, and again I will give contents capital A, contains small a as well as contains capital A. So I will use an AND operation. The name, the list of the names or the list of the customer details whose name contains small a as well as contains capital A. I will click OK. Oh, it is showing me that this table is empty because both contents will not work together. Both contents will not work together. Okay, this is a very interesting observation, that if I give capital A also small a also, both contents and AND operation will not work together. So let us just check. If I give text, I go to text filters, I go to contents, and in this contents I give capital A. I give capital A and OK. You can see Amit and Ankit is being returned. Capital A, when I am using capital A, only Amit and Ankit is being returned. When I am using small a, all the names like Pooja, Sneha, Neha, Kiran, all the names are being returned. But when I am using capital A, only Amit and Ankit is being returned. So there is a, this thing you should remember, that when you are using text filters, you should be careful. If you are only giving A and you are thinking all the name that starts with a capital A, that will also being returned. No, that will not return. The thing what will happen is that you have to use small a separately and capital A separately. And if you use separately capital A, then only the letters which starts with capital A, only the names which starts with capital A, that will be returned to you. And the, if you use small a, then the name which contains small a in them, like Neha, Sneha, Pooja, Kiran, that will be returned to you. So the thing is that you have to remember that what type of text filter I am applying. I am, whether I am applying a capital A or whether I am applying a small a. Okay, you should remember it. Now I am going to the original data. Now I will go to text filters again, and we have done contents, and now we'll go to does not contain. Does not contain means, you can see Amit's name. In Amit's name, it contains AMIT. So there is an unique letter O. There is an unique letter O. Okay, you can see in case of Rohit and Pooja, O is present, but in other people's name, O is not present. In case of Amit, no O. In case of Neha, no O. In case of Ankit, there is no O. In case of Kiran, no O. In case of Rahul, no O. So what is the thing? In case of Rohit and Pooja only, there is a O. In case of Pooja and Rohit only, there is a O. So I just tell Power BI that give me the list of the customer details whose name does not contain a O. Whose name does not contains a O. I give a does not contains a O. Okay. And I will give OK. Now see, Pooja and Rohit is being removed from the dataset. Pooja and Rohit is being removed from the dataset because Pooja, in case of Pooja there is a O, in case of Rohit there is a O, but in case of other names there is no O. In case of other names there is no O. Okay. Now let me try some advanced filtering option, like suppose I will try two things. I will use an AND operation. I go to contents. I told Power BI that which contains small a and does not contain small, suppose small h. Okay, does not contain small h. So there are two functions that is being used, that is being applied simultaneously. You can see I am telling Power BI give me the list of those names or the order details of those persons in whose name there is a alphabet small a present, as well as a small h is not present. Small a is present as well as a small h is not present. So let me find out those names first. So in case of Neha, there is a small a present, but small h is not present. Small h is present. So I told Power BI that which contains small a but does not contain small h. Which contains small a but does not contain small h means, suppose in my name Sayk, Shayok. So I told Power BI that give me the list of those names in where the name contains small a and does not contains small o, and does not contain small o. I am using a two functions simultaneously. I am using two functions simultaneously. So the thing is that I will give that contains A but does not contain H. This is a critical type of analysis. This is something like advanced or critical analysis, because in case of Neha, you can see it contains A. But as well as I also told Power BI that do not give the names which contains H. So Neha will not be in my list. I just click on OK and see. You can see all other names. You can see all other names. If you see that in case of Neha, there was small h. So I told Power BI do not give the names where there is small h. But I also told Power BI give me the names where there is a small a. So the two constraint or the two conditions should be satisfied. Then only Power BI will return me. The Power BI returned me these names. Pooja. In this case, there is a small a, no h. That is why Pooja is being returned. Kiran. There is a small a, but there is no small h. That is being returned. Vikas. There is a small a, but not h. It is being returned. Meena. There is a small a but no h, that is being returned. But all other names rather than it, Amit, Neha, there is a as well as h, that is not returned. Rohit, h is there, so I told Power BI do not give the names where there is a small h. So h is also there, Rohit is not being returned. And how Power BI returned me that there the names where there is a small a as well as there is no h. There is a small h and there is a small a. So the thing is that this is a critical type of thing and this is something advanced. So these are being used in many data sets, like where you have some text types of data. Okay, when you can have some data where there are some texts. Now always you will not be working with some data only where there are numbers or dates or other things. Okay, so there may be some data sets where there are text. So in this case, in these types of case, these types of analysis can be done in Power BI with very easy way. Okay, so we will be working with the split column in the next video, so stay tuned for the next video. We'll be using for the split column. Okay, thank you guys for watching me.